So what I'm thinking is that if we are all going to survive the apocalypse or whatever we're going through, we really, really need to learn to compost, because we are going to need soil, and that's where our food all comes from. Okay, everybody, I am standing in my backyard. I'll show you kind of how much room I have at the new place here. I do have this wonderful clothesline, and I've got a sidewalk here. Got some little tiny daffodils, and this little yard. See the fence over there? Just what's on this side of the fence is all I've got. I do have that garage thingy, which might be a nice place to have a few chickens or maybe some rabbits. Okay, well, I'm out at the homestead one last time before the how do I do this? Before we go on lockdown. And I came out here. I've got my son. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see him. He's loading up some landscaping timbers. And so hopefully I can have some garden in town. So anyway, he's put his truck back here. And as par for the course, I didn't think to bring a shovel. I'm going to try to get some of this compost. So anyway, that's my good son there. Kind of interesting to see what all's still alive. I have lots of peppermint coming up in that container. And anyway, so those are landscaping timbers I got last year, and then everything looks pretty bad, but hopefully we'll have a little bit of garden this year. So just for fun, we'll look down there, and if you can see that pink tree, that is a peach tree in bloom. And then the red buds are trying to get started, but they're not really quite doing anything yet. So we're out here at the compost pile, and we're using buckets to dip it up and put it in this big container I have here to take back into town. And we have 12 landscaping timbers here. And you don't have to work so hard, Caleb. I'll help you. Hi everybody, I'm outside here in town, and I thought I'd show you what I've got going on and just kind of catch people up on some things. This cardboard here is where I'm planning to make a raised bed, and the dimensions should be 4 feet wide and 16 feet long when I get done. And we went out yesterday and picked up some supplies out at the homestead, as I call it, to carry this out, and hopefully we can at least get it somewhat done. Got a few things growing out here and looking pretty healthy. This over here, let me step out here. This is actually some kale that wintered over from last year. A little bit of Italian parsley there. And anyway, most of the stuff I'll plant out here is stuff that's in the house, in the plant room, which you can see. I don't know if you can see that purple line right above the air conditioner, but that's the south-facing window where I have stuff. And anyway, this space, I'm thinking if I treat it like a square-foot garden, off the subject, but look at the violets. Anyway, if I treat it like a square-foot garden, it should be room for 64, I believe I figured up, plants if you had one in each square. This is kind of fun. Okay, thought I'd give you a little update on my garden, which is actually starting to look like a garden now. Check it out. Kitty cat, you don't need to get in there. Anyway, this stuff over here are seedlings that are hardening off, and I am so impressed with these. I believe these 3 or 4 tomatoes are beefsteak, and I'm really pleased with how those have come out because they were all stunted while they were under the grow lights, and they're looking good. I'm pleased with those. And then of course this broccoli is looking nice. I wish there was like 10 times as much of it, but and over here we've got kale back over there. These things, these tomato cages are in there to try to keep critters out from digging up things. And but anyway, I've got, that's some lettuce back over in the corner there. I've got Swiss chard coming up there and a couple of rows of lettuce, and then these are some little Asian greens. And this stuff here is planted but isn't really up yet. I think there's I can see signs of the beans. I saw one anyway. Let's see if I can, there, do you see the little loop coming up? And then over here I've planted some carrot seeds and I mixed them with radish. So if you notice these radishes, that's an old trick where the radishes mark the row and then give the carrots time to germinate. So basically there's a chunk here that's got some potatoes planted, and then I have pots. I've been like regrowing stuff, so I've got a lot of onion type stuff that I've been regrowing, and this is a turnip top, and that's another turnip top over there. And I don't know how this is going to do, but these are some little lettuce seedlings that weren't doing much. I was kind of doing like microgreens, but they didn't seem to be doing much, so I went ahead and stuck them out here, and we'll see how they do with that. And that's my beautiful kind of bug-eaten but Chinese cabbage over there.